Okay, sorry, my volume was down. All right, so this is the video for our 5-5 solve and share. I'm going to solve this video using our area model. Looking at, because there's different ways to divide. In the next video, I'm going to use what's called Big 7, more organizing our partial quotients and subtraction work. Okay, so looking at this, the recycling club has 294. If I can select my tool, $294 to purchase one set of recycling bins for each of its 14 members. So there's 14 members. Okay, each of the 14 sets of bins. Okay, so that means that for each member, there's also one bin. Members and bins will be identical to the others and cost the same amount. Okay, so they're saying that every single bin is going to be an equal amount. Okay, so I'm like having equal groups, which could be I'm doing multiplication or I'm doing division. What is the greatest amount they can spend on one set of bins? Use objects or draw pictures to help solve this problem. Okay, so the greatest amount they could spend. So they have all $294 and they're going to spend all of that on the bins. So I'm picturing that I basically have a bin here. I don't know how much that costs. A bin here. I don't know how much that costs. And I'm going to have 14 of these, which I don't want to draw out. So I'm going to use my ellipses to fill that in. And then I'll do 14 and 13. Okay. So again, what that's telling me is since I don't know how much on each, I'm going to have to do 294 divided by 14. So I can write like that, or I could write it like this. That tells me my divisor is going to be 14, which I could set up like this. Or I could also keep it all together if I'm comfortable I'm realizing I can't. Okay, there we go. If I'm comfortable doing just 14, then I could do 14 instead. I'm going to go ahead and use 14 for this one. So 14, and then I'm going to multiply something by, or 14 by something to get to 294. Well, in my head, I know 14 and 14, that makes 28. So I'm going to use 2, but not just 2. I'm going to use 20 because I see it goes up to the 200s place. So 20, 14 times 2 equals 28, but it moves a place value. Okay, so now I have 20 so far, but I'm not done with my whole thing. All right, that's already super close to that work. Let me see how close that is. 294 minus 280. Oh, I have exactly one more group of 14. So I'm going to use 1 to fill in that spot. 14 times 1 equals 14. So then what is my quotient? My quotient should be, or my partial quotients are on top. So I need to add my parts back together. And that will give me my final quotient of 21 with no remainder. So that's how you can solve using area model, and how I could maybe keep it on one row. If you still need to do like 10 and 4, that's perfectly fine. I just knew my 14s could add up to 28, which got me closer and was quicker for me. Again, in the next video, I'll show you Big 7, but using area model is one strategy you can use for dividing.